It out too.
Hey, how are you guys doing this wonderful Saturday morning, guys? Welcome to the Team Blitz Morning Blitz Hangout that we do every Saturday at 11 a.m. I hope you guys are feeling excited as I am today. Um, I wanted to touch base with you guys this Saturday and reach out to you guys. My name is Terrence Freeman, founder of Team Blitz. I am from New York City, and the reason for us doing these hangouts, guys, is to share with you the insight and the power of blogging and how this can basically help you create more income, create more wealth, and give you more freedom and time with your family. You know, so with that being said, just to share a little bit about me, I'm from New York City. I went to I went through school, went halfway through high school. Definitely didn't get along with the authority, in the schools because I've always had the entrepreneur spirit. I always felt like I want more. I mean, and coming from a neighborhood where I'm from, and you're seeing guys, driving these BMW M3s and Mercedes, and that's what I saw, and how fast they were getting it, and I went down that route, and I paid for those consequences. We all make bad choices in our lives, and we are smart enough to make the wise ones, but sometimes we um, let our egos get to ourselves, and we tend to go down the wrong avenue. And I went down that wrong avenue for a few years, and my son was born in 2000, so um, a little prior before he was born, I really, just left that alone, and I was working for the New York City Department of Finance. I was working for the city for about 5 years until I got laid off. My son was born. Didn't know what the hell to do. Still had to buy Pampers. Milk. You already know how you guys already know how it is. Having a child is not a joke, if especially if you're not financially ready. Um, but you do overcome. So I having my child basically helped me out big time. It gave me it gave me a clear set in my mind. It gave me a clear thought. It started my mind started getting clearer. Actually realizing what's more important in life. And so again, I was working and I became a brick mason. I was a brick mason for about 7 years, building fireplaces, working on facades of buildings. Just to give you guys a little insight about me. But and lo and behold, I ended up in this industry in 2009, and I love it. I mean, I've been blessed by the people who I'm surrounded by constantly. I always surround myself with the people who are going to elevate me, which is one thing I've learned to do, and surround yourselves with leaders. And, if there's one place to do that, is in this industry, right? It's in the network marketing industry, direct selling marketing industry, the affiliates marketing industry, because everyone in these industries, right? In these categories, they all have a goal. They all have a dream, right? I'm sure you're watching this right now and you're dreaming about the things that you want, the things that you want to achieve, and the goals that you want to achieve. Now, if you really want that dream to happen, simply snap that finger, click the link down below, and just get started. Just by clicking the button down below, and we'll send you the information, and we'll link up, and I'll see you on the inside. Just just to throw that in there for you guys, so you guys can start taking action right now. All right, because we are action takers in Team Blitz, and Team Blitz is all about taking action. We don't take no wussies here, no whiners, no complainers. Like, that doesn't exist in this team. So with that being said, you know, I definitely got involved with this industry in 2009, and I did very well in the previous company I was in. I had uh, prospects, distributors out in India, the UK, Singapore, downline of about 400 people between six of us who really went gun ho with this thing. And it went well until I started feeling like a recycling bin. After like 3 years, I couldn't. It's like I hit a plateau with the volume. you know, and I couldn't keep increasing the volume, which is important in multi-level marketing because volume is your income, you know, your points. So the volume was not increasing. It just kept recycling because people would drop out. As far I would put someone in, another would drop. One in, drop. So it would be impossible for the volume to increase because people would just continue to drop. And I felt like a recycling bin, so I needed to find something. In all honesty, I wasn't really looking because I have a passion for this industry, and I was not looking. But until a friend of mine, you know, reached out to me and shared with me the platform that we're going to share with you today. But the magic about this, you know, this platform, guys, honestly, is how bringing ideas to life, right? And because we all know an idea is created within your thoughts, right? Ideas all come from the mind. You know, someone created, you know, came up with the idea of the stop and go light, you know, the traffic light. Um, Came up with the idea of the way the electricity runs the subway, right? Came up with the idea of building you know, putting up a building 110 stories up, you know, by steel frames and connecting each steel beam and so forth. Like these ideas um, are all created from a thought, right? But can you imagine, right? All the ideas that you collect, right? That you probably say to yourself and create within yourself, and oh man, wow, that's a great idea. But you know what the mistake a lot of people do is that they don't jump on it. They don't jump on the idea of whatever that idea is in their thought. So, you know, it's like they don't really take action on the idea that just came to their mind because an idea just comes to life like that once you start taking action. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Ideas, like ever since I started blogging, the ideas just got easier. It's easier to come up with content to blog about because there's so many ideas in your mind, right? The ideas come from the core of your brain, right? You can be looking at a blank piece of paper and saying to yourself over and over again, I don't know what to write about. I don't know what to blog about. Because that is always the number one thing that people say. Oh, how can I, besides, you know, how can I make money using the blog, but how can I how can I make, besides making money with the blog, but how can I create an idea, right? By looking at that blank piece of paper and write up a blog. Guys, every day thousands of thoughts go through our minds, right? And like I said, that thought, one of those thoughts, a few of them are ideas that you are thinking for yourself and you just don't take action on it. But can you imagine if that idea that you thought in your mindset, you put onto a blogging platform? And that's what we're going to share with you guys, how your ideas can come to life through a blog, right? And each of my panelists here, I have Nestor Nadome, who is out in California. I also have Katrina Russell, who is out from Chicago, who I've known for over 6 years, and my good friend Eric Brumfield, who just popped up, who's out in Atlanta. And basically what these guys are going to share with you is their story and how, you know, their story is the idea that they put into the platform. Mute out, Eric.
Needed to join this thing.
Mute out, Eric.
Just needed this to join this. Yeah.
So, you know, it's exactly how.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's exactly, I had to mute Eric out. He wasn't hearing me. So it's exactly how ideas are written on a blog, right? For example, Katrina is a prime example. She didn't have really stuff to blog about or whatever, but you know, until an idea came to her mindset, and now she's creating content. And I'm gonna let her share with you what that content is and how that idea came to life, right? Nestor, the same way. I mean, but you know what? Enough of me. Again, my name is Terrence Freeman. I'm so glad you guys are here, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys with us in Team Blitz and you locking arms with us and really taking action. You know, you're only really going to take action when you really truly believe in yourself. right? And like I said, Team Blitz, we don't take whiners. We don't take complainers. Like, you really will be evaluated before you even get into this team, okay? Because you really got to really be wanting the things you want, really be driven, and be a driver, man. You got to be in control of the driver's seat. You got to be in that driver's seat, in control of that vehicle. And who's the vehicle? You are. Because you're the one who's moving forward. You're the one who makes the decisions. You're the one who wants more. You want the beautiful house. You want the beautiful cars, right? Yeah, they're all material items, but you know what? They're the things that make us more comfortable, right? They might, people say that money don't make us happy, right? BS, because at the end of the day, neither is poverty. And poverty, we all know, no one is happy in a poor state of mind, in living in an environment that's all surrounded by poverty. Like, really? But it's up to us. And this is what we're going to help you do, guys. And we're going to help you do that by using a blog, guys. By you sharing your story. By you adding that powerful story. Because I'm telling you guys that stories, they sell. Facts tell, but stories sell. And you guys see it already on the internet. You guys see it in the TVs. For you guys who love watching TV, you guys see it. It's all stories that come to life. And guess what? It all came from an idea. All from an idea. So why don't you just start right now by clicking the link below, get started, fill out the secured form, so this way you'll be reached out, and that way we'll get you started the right way, guys, okay? So with that being said, I want to first introduce my good friend, Nestor Nodomi out of California, Fontana, California. I've known this man for over 3 years now. We met in Denver, Colorado at my first Empower Network event, and it was an amazing time. Like, we really kicked it off. We had a superb time together. We met superb people. Like, I mean, the leadership, the other fellow bloggers, the people who are generating income and giving us ideas and so forth. So I'm going to let him share with you his story, how he got started, and how he brought his idea to life. The floor is yours, Nestor.
Thank you, Terrence. That was awesome. Just to start, like I said, like Terrence said, my name is Nestor Idome. I'm the creator of the MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com, where I envision helping 100 dads and moms a year, free themselves from the tyrants of a job, or anything that's keeping them away from their family, right? That's my goal. That's what I do. That's what I blog about. That's the idea that I got. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more right now. But something that Terrence just hit a point, and this is something I was talking to my wife like a week ago or something. It's about about money and how materialistic, and that money doesn't make you happy. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. I mean, at least to me, it makes my life more comfortable, which in turn makes me less cranky, which in turn makes my wife and my daughters happier, right? And what I wanted to talk about really quick, this is just an idea right now, talking about ideas, right? This idea came into my mind about people always saying how, people came from humble beginnings, and when they say humble, they always mean basically poor or broke or something, and they make it seem like if you're poor or broke, you're humble, right? And that if you have money, you're not humble, right? Which is an idea that it always interfered in my head, because the word humble, or the meaning of humble, doesn't have to do anything with money, right? It has to do with your heart, right? So if a person is humble or came from humble beginnings, somebody who came from humble beginnings came from a place of love, and that could have been a billionaire, a child born in a billionaire house came from humble beginnings because he came from a real good heart, right? Or somebody who came from a really poor place, right? Came from humble beginnings, or in middle class, right? I don't like when they say that stuff, because then they're saying that most of the population from middle class and up are not humble, right? And that, if you believe in that humble only means being poor or not having money, then you're putting yourself a block already, an idea, a false idea in front of you that is gonna prevent you from moving forward and actually reaching all your dreams, right? Because you have to understand that money is only an idea, right? It's just an idea, and money actually only serves us to be able to make everything easier, right? Because back in the day when, you know, we were trading chickens for cows and doing all this stuff, right? We started creating money to be able to facilitate us with that, right? And now, you know, it's because how can you, you know, how can you trade? You're trading your time in a job for money, right? So you can go and exchange that for food or pay the rent or buy a TV or pay, you know, put gas in your car or something or give food for your kids, right? But you're trading money. I mean, you're trading time. So how can you basically value time, right? And put money into it. So that's another idea that I come up with. It's just like, you know, you have the idea that you're trading your time for money, and so you're putting money value in your time. Like a lot of people get so excited and like, man, I'm making $16 an hour. I'm making $20 an hour. I'm making $50 an hour. It's like, is that all your time is worth? I mean, you can never replace time. To me, time is worth more than that. I mean, you cannot put a money signal on time. That's why I always work for free. No matter what I do, I always work for free in my business. I always serve for free, and the money comes later, right? The money always comes. But by me working for free, I don't attach myself to time trading it for money. Right? What I do, I trade my time to serve you. I trade my time to serve church. I trade my time to serve my family. That's what I trade my time for, right? And to me, that is humble, right? That's being humble. And even if I make $100 here or $1,000 there or millions of dollars, I will always consider myself as being humble, right? So that's something, that idea that I wanted to put out there, because, like I said, all this stuff is just ideas, right? And so where I come from, basically, really quick, I started with this idea that I wanted to be at home. I started with this idea that I wanted to be at home because I wanted to be there for my wife all the time and for my future kids. Because when this idea came along, we were just newlyweds, and we still didn't have kids, right? We didn't have children until 7 years into our marriage because we wanted to wait. But I always said, you know what, that's my idea. My idea is to work from home, and that's when I started to implement those ideas, right? Taking action, which is something that you need to do, right? If you want your ideas of how your life you want it to be, you have to start by taking action, right? Because an idea in your head will always stay there until you start to build enough feelings and emotions inside you to inspire you to move forward, right? That's why, you know, a lot of people, like me, myself, I talk about this, and a lot of successful people talk about this, which is, you know, starting with your why. You have to understand that your why is everything. My why is my family, right? My why is my family. And now, because, you know, I'm living the life that I dreamed about, right? I'm moving forward and making it bigger now, and expanding my why to help you, right? To help other dads out there, other moms out there who are working 40, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, just wishing to be able to go back home and just be there, right? Because I remember when I had a job, I still remember, you know, I was a driver at Pizza Hut for a while, and I remember just driving and just, you know, thinking of the future always, right? Because I didn't want to be there. I hated that, you know, I always hated jobs. And so I always thought about the future of, like, one day me not having to have a job, right? One day just looking to the far future and thinking about what, you know, how is life gonna be for me, right? And most of you, that's how you guys are thinking and living, right? You're thinking of the idea of how your ideal life will be, and that's a good thing. And I want you to think about that right now. I want you to think about how that life in your future feels like, and if it's worth it, and why you want to do that, right? So once you start to create the why do you want to do that? Is it for your kids, for your spouse, for your mom, for your dad, right? For yourself? I mean, why is it, right? You want to help your church out? I mean, create that why and write it down and put it as wherever you can see it, so you can always remind yourself, because what's going to happen is that you're going to come through obstacles through all these ideas that you're implementing, and what's going to happen is that these obstacles are going to make you quit. Right? They're gonna make you know, give you the feelings of quitting, but those are just false ideas, right? So you gotta grab your original idea of the why, and say, you know what? I'm not gonna quit because that why is worth it. my family is worth it, my church is worth it, my community is worth it, right? I'm going to walk forward and make it happen, right? So as I started to walk my journey, you know, I knew that you know, I couldn't work in a job. I couldn't trade my time for money if I ever wanted to be free, right? Financially free, independent, whatever you want to call it, right? I wanted to be free. I wanted to be a stay-at-home dad, to be able to be there. And I know I couldn't do that because as long as I traded my time for money, one, I wasn't free, and the second thing is that as long as I worked for somebody else, I was always gonna be making somebody else rich, right? And not be even able to stay right here with like my daughter right now, right? So that was something that I needed to understand, and you need to understand that when you work for somebody else, you're making that person's dreams come true, right? You're making those person's ideas come to life, and that's how it is, right? Because like in Pizza Hut, there was a person who created Pizza Hut, right? And they imagined and envisioned a bunch of pizza places all over the country, right? Which came true. Right, but they needed something. They needed employees, right, to make that come true, right? But that was his or her dream. That was that person's dream, that person's idea, right? And as me being an employee, I didn't mind, right? I was working, right? I needed to provide for my family somehow, which is, you know, noble, right? It's noble to provide for everyone. How's going on? But at the same time, I also understood that I was helping them create, you know, their lifestyle, right? So I needed to create my own lifestyle. The only way that I saw that being able to be done was by becoming an entrepreneur myself, right? And that's something that you could think about, is become an entrepreneur. And if you're here, it's because you already have the entrepreneur bug of becoming, you know, just something in the business arena. And that's what we have. That's what that link on the bottom of this video means. That link on the bottom of this video means freedom. It means your ideas coming to life. It means that stuff, right? It means you joining this team and us being able to lock arms and together walk side by side, helping each other out for each individually to be able to to be free and independent, right? So ideas just come all the time to us, you know, and once you start like in Team Blitz and in the Power Network, and you click the button below and you get yourself in here, those ideas you can start to implement more and start to inspire other people by your blog. And that's what I do, right? That's what I do. That's what Katrina does. That's what you know, all the panelists here and all of the members inside Team Blitz, that's what we do. We grab ideas and we blog about them. And here's a tip, if you guys want to write some notes down about how to grab ideas and never run out of ideas, you know, because I've heard Terrence talk about how I always, like, he always tells me how I'm always coming up with ideas to write about blogs or something, because I try to write blogs every single day. You know, I try to blog daily. For the past week or so, I haven't, only because we, you know, one weekend we were, the whole weekend, my wife and I were volunteering at church, and then for a whole week after that, we went on vacation. So for basically the past week and a half, you know, I've been just, you know, going out, and I've been trying to, you know, blog here and there, which is great, you know, because I take my computer and I blog and then I put it in there. I've been promoting every day with some autopilot stuff, but you know, I'm the person who blogs every single day. And the way I get my ideas, and this is very simple, you know, there's two ways, right? And these two ways are actually part of Empower Network's core commitments, right? We have 8 core commitments that you will find out more when you push and press the button on the bottom of this video and get in and join us, right? You'll learn more about these 8 core commitments. There's actually videos that go through this whole process of each core commitment, but 2 of those core commitments, you will get unlimited ideas, right? And I'm going to share these 2 core commitments with you right now. One is you got to read every day, right? I wasn't big on reading, but when I got into Empower Network, I soon found out the power of reading. So now I read every day. And what I do is, when you're reading, you start to get these ideas in your head, contemplating what you're reading, right? So what I do, I have a notebook on the side of my desk, and I write those ideas now. And those are my blogs. Those become my blog. I blog about those ideas. The other one, very important, which is something that, you know, the core commitment, is listening to audios. Listening to daily audios every day. And part of the Empower Network, the great thing is that we have such a powerful, powerful audio library that is updated frequently, and that is the inner circle, which I highly, highly, highly recommend that when you push the button, the freedom button on the bottom of this video, right? The one that is going to give you those ideas, and you push in there, you enter your information, and then you go into the Empower Network and you get yourself your blog. The second step is to get that inner circle program, because those are going to be powerful audios that you can be listening to every single day, that is not only going to be able to fill your mind with positiveness and empower your mind, it's also going to give you unlimited ideas of what to blog about. Just those two things, just doing those two things every day. Reading for like 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day, and also listening to empowering audios like the the inner circle. Those two things, when you do those two things a day, you will never ever run out of ideas. I guarantee you. And if you do, I'm just gonna be like, did you listen to that stuff? Did you read? That you write some notes down or something, because if you don't, then maybe you're just not really paying attention to that stuff. But that's how I get all my ideas. I mean, and I never run out. I mean, and it's so exciting because and to be honest, I have too many ideas. I mean, some days I have too many ideas, that to write about. So the great thing is that as you blog, those ideas start to come true in your blog. You're helping people out, and by helping people out, income all of a sudden comes, right? And and the great thing is that you're not trading your time for money. You're trading your time to serve other people, right? Because when people read these blog posts, right, and you start seeing these comments on them saying, hey, you know what, Nestor, man, that blog helped me out so much. That blog inspired me so much, or that blog, it helped me take some action in my life and in my business, or that had helped me get some leads or get some traffic. That right there makes it more worth it than any money you can ever get. Right? Because serving people is just more than money, right? And money is important, like I said. It's important to pay the bills. It's important to pay, to pay that gas so you can go to the job, right? To put food in your table, right? But serving people is another. It's just a feeling in itself. But with that, I don't really want to rumble on with this. All I want to say is just, if you do want your ideas in your mind of how you want your lifestyle to be, how you want your ideal life to be, then click on that freedom button, right? Click on that link that says Join Team Blitz right on the bottom of this video, and it's simple, right? It's just so simple to click on that link, fill in the form, right? Put in your credit card information and get started. Get started right away. Like Terrence said, we gotta get back to you. We gotta start helping you out. Connect you into the Team Blitz team in the Facebook group, which is private. It's only team members for Team Blitz. We have tons of information in there that you can use. You can start utilizing. I mean, you're not gonna feel alone. We're always chatting with each other, right? We're always doing these hangouts with each other. I mean, it's just gonna be a powerful thing. And no matter what you do, this can be able to grab your ideas and make them a reality. With that, thank you so much. My name is Nestor Nidome from the MakeMoneyFromHomeDat.com. I'm going to pass it back to Terrence. Thank you, Terrence.
Amazing, young man. Amazing. And guys, excuse me. This is what I love about Nestor. Like, he's helped me out so much from day one, and this is why we truly connected. From even in Denver, like I think I was with my friend Anthony, and I was walking down the how the hotels are. They got the long, big hallway to get to the meeting room, and I went to go use the restroom, and that's where I saw Nestor. That's where we kicked it off. At that moment, like that, I said, Nestor, but boom! It was like kaboom, and even from there, we was talking about ideas, and mind you, we only known each other for about 10 minutes. But this is what the business does. And it's like he said, you read daily. I try to blog daily. Sometimes like I recently said, I did have a writer's block for some reason. And what I did was I sat back, took a heavy breather, and I started listening to my jazz, because I love listening to jazz music. So because jazz music puts me in that space, and it helps me to create, honestly. I listen to the tune, and that frequency, it triggers something in my brain, and it helps me start to create. So I'm sitting there listening to my jazz music, and I just started blogging. Like, boom, ideas started popping in the head. And you know what was the first idea? Guess what? Guess what it was? How jazz music helps me. Um, um, I think what was the title? How jazz and blogging work together. That's what I think was the headline. That was maybe about 2 weeks back when I haven't blogged for about a week, but and in all honesty, when you guys, when we don't blog daily or at least 3 times a week, we're losing money. We are involved in this industry in all honesty, is to make money and help others make money. Be a servant to others, right, and help those make money because that is the idea. I mean, what other idea is there, right? That is the idea. So, like he was saying, like I started reading this book that was recommended to me by a friend of mine at my at the ad agency I work for, and I'm surrounded by copywriters, creators, the guys who make the commercials for you guys and the ads that you see, Petrus Farm, Campbell's Soup, I mean, all of it, BMW. We got a whole bunch of Guinness style. We got a whole bunch of contracts, clients, and so he knows what I'm doing, and he recommended me this book, and it's called the Online Advertising Playbook. And I started reading this thing, and guys, it's like the play. It gives you a play-by-play breakdown, and it's the same way with the Empower Network modules that we have in our products, in our back office, which is the top producer formula, the team building formula, and the mass influence formula, and of course the inner circle, which is definitely a must. You cannot get the other 3 without getting that inner circle first. You need to get the inner circle. And the reason why Empower Network is where it's at today, guys, and why it's creating the movement, as I would call it, because the people in this industry, right, in this company, some people came from nowhere. Some people came from not having anything. Some people had not even an idea. Some people didn't know what this thing was all about. And like me, for example, I used to think blogging was only for, only celebrities are bloggers, and then I started learning more and started realizing that celebrities have paid bloggers to blog about them so they can get more eyes on them, right? And then I started realizing that, okay, it's not just about Perez Hilton writing a blog about celebrities, right? When I started seeing how many blogs are out there and how many regular people are using or have a blog, and basically a free blog on a free platform like a WordPress or Blogger.com or Blogspot, but Empower Network overrides all of that because it gives you the idea, it puts the idea in your mind, right, of how you can use this blog, the blogging platform, and by you simply clicking the link below, fill out that secured form and get started with your blogging platform today. Today's Saturday, you're home. There's no excuse. So it's like, you get the blogging platform, and it's all plug in and play. Like if you try a free blog, you're gonna have to optimize it. You're gonna have to create, add your pictures. You're gonna have to create it yourself. And a lot of people quit within the first 3 minutes of trying to create a free blog. You know what I'm saying? Only those who know about HTML codes and stuff like that, they'll go by it. But a lot of people who are not really used to the internet, they will definitely have a hard time. But this is what makes Empowered Network obsolete, because it's a plug-and-play system, and it does most of the heavy lifting for you. All you need to do is plug in and play and follow the step. You hit that link of what the instruction is to do, and it's going to do most of the heavy lifting for you. All you need to do is create the content. Blog about why you're joining right now by clicking the link below. As soon as you click that link right now, click that button down below, the big green button. You click that button, and then your first blog should be, why did you join Team Blitz? What is your purpose, and why are you, what do you want to make out of, what do you want to get out of Empower Network? What is Empower Network going to do for you? And as well, what are you going to do for Empower Network? How are you going to create wealth? That should be your first blog. My first blog is why I joined Empower Network. But with that being said, enough of me. I'm going to pass the mic over to Elijah. Elijah, you here, my friend? Unmute yourself, buddy. Okay. Seems like he's having a bit of a techie. You there, buddy? You good?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Check, one, two, one, two.
Elijah, I want you to share. I want you to share with the people because you're a new member. You recently just joined Team Blitz, and I want to welcome you again to Team Blitz. Just share with the viewers why you joined Team Blitz and what is your purpose, and you know how the idea of you even joining Team Blitz was such, and you know, tell them about your story, where you're from, a little bit about yourself, and the floor is yours, my brother.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thank you for welcoming me. And T, a good friend of mine, so me and Terrence grew up together, childhood friends. So that's why I'm involved with Team Blitz. And basically, I am from New York. I moved to Atlanta to spend more time with my son. I am a chef and a DJ, hip-hop renaissance man. But I came to Atlanta to basically slow everything down and to spend some time with my son, who just turned 14. And I figured that's a real good time for a dad and son to be together. I joined Empower Network just to get the freedom. Honestly, I'm an author, and I'm coming out with a book, and I would like to use this platform to help promote the book and basically promote the lifestyle that I lived and I'm living now. And why not start with a platform that's going to be paying for what I'm doing? I'm already doing it on Tumblr, and I started on Tumblr. I have a crew that I work with. They helped me out to create the blog that I have now. So 1212nyc .tumblr. And now I'm just going to transform the content to this platform and see what it does. You know, I'm going to try it out, and you know, we got to put ourselves out there. Everyone has a name. And I started off being a graffiti writer. And being a graffiti writer in New York City is basically branding yourself. So since the age of 9, me and Terry used to actually vandalize New York City with spray paint. And, you know, that's where we came from. We came from branding ourselves because we came from a crew of graffiti writers that wanted to brand ourselves. All we did was write our names all over the streets of New York City and subway stations, and it's an art that doesn't happen anymore. But these are the early Reaganomic years of Reaganomics of the 80s, early 90s. But basically, growing up in New York City, we had teams just like this actually, but they were called crews, and each crew had to represent each crew, and what they did was basically go out in the streets of New York City and subway, under the underbelly of the subways, and we used to basically write our names all over the subway cars. And basically that was our first social network. That was our first MySpace. That was the way how we got our names out there. The A train, the 1 train, the 2 train, the 5 train, R train, L train. That was our network. That was our social network. So me and Terrence have this in our blood. We've been doing social networks since we're 5, 10. And I figured if I apply the same energy that we did then as kids, and we're all, I think I'm still a kid at heart. I think we could make this work. And I don't want to talk too much, but yeah, that's that's it, right? I just wanted to share that, and I'm glad I'm here. And I'm right now. I'm here to sell merchandise. I'm basically selling my stories, like the story I just told you now. Me, Terrence, being vandals, and that's the story. I mean, I'm telling more stories like that. Me being with iconic hip hop icons, and giving back, trying to take the good energy and bring it back. And I see you guys are all about good energy and being righteous, and that's what I'm all about. So thank you, and I'm looking forward to just spending some time with my son. And I just want to take some chicks out. That's it. I don't want that much, and I need a car also. So that's a couple of things. Nothing that much. I don't want to. Nothing that much. I just want to be comfortable. That's all I want to do. This is Atlanta. And to be honest with you, Atlanta's here for the taking, man. Everything's cheap, but you need a car. I'll tell you that. So thank you, Team Blitz. I'm here. I'm a leader in training. Thank you, Terrence.
My man, no doubt, my friend. And yeah, I mean, wow, it's that really brought back some memories right there, because we definitely started at a young age, and we did, like he said, it definitely was because I remember when we were starting, we was like, man, forget that. They're gonna know who NIA is. They're gonna know who Shine is. They're gonna know, like, we had a massive crew, and we definitely were known. We were all over New York. I still see a few of my tags, from like back in 1984. Like, I would go down the Lower East Side and I could still see it on the wall of the building. So it's like he said, that was basically the first social network. You want to brand yourself, right? And what better way than to do that now, right? Now, and make money by using a platform. Because at the same time, we definitely were branding ourselves like a MySpace, like it was the wall, like, on Facebook now. We write on a wall, right? So you have a Facebook wall, and that's what we did. We would write on walls, do throw-ups, do our pieces, do our tags, and that's what it was. Yeah, those were great days, man. Those were great days, but it was definitely, and that in itself, guys, like he just said, Eric I've known for all my life, and Eric went from that to started becoming an entrepreneur early. I went the other route. That's the route he knows the route I went. I was still doing street stuff. I was making my money, but at the end of the day, turning my head all the time, and he knows the plastics, it was crazy, but that's neither here nor there. That's in the past, and this is the thing, is that the best thing about us is that, about humans, guys, is that we can change, right? If we really want more, we really can do it. We have the power to do it, and that power starts right here. And guess what? It all starts with an idea. That's God's honest truth. You got to be willing to accept and embrace and embrace the idea of you making money, of you having that big house. Why continue looking at the magazines? Why continue looking at the, maybe online you're looking at homes, wishing, right? Why continue spending $5 a day on the lottery ticket that you're not ever going to win? Okay? Have you met anyone or known anybody in your circle who's won the lottery or near that? No. Guys, a lot of people tend to make the bad decisions like I did in the past, but we can turn those bad decisions into right ones by taking the right action. But you need a formula. You need a platform. You need a course of action. And that course of action is right now by you clicking the link below. Fill out the secured form. You know you want more. Fill it out. Sign your autograph. I want your autograph. Please, give me your autograph. Sign it at the bottom of the secured form. Let me have your autograph. Okay? That's how important you are to me. Okay? It's not just a signature. That's your autograph. Let me get it. All right? So sign it. fill out the secured form and get started today. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic over to a wonderful person I've known for a long time. She's been a big part of my life and truly an inspiration because she has overcome obstacles that a lot of people would definitely have a hard time overcoming. I'm going to let her share her story with you guys, how she's overcome these obstacles and what course of action she's been taking and how she created an idea out of it, guys. Okay, because now she's on fire. You can't even stop this woman. You can't even stop her right now. Last year, it was totally someone different. So this year, it's a true fireball, guys. Her name is Katrina Russell. The floor is yours, beautiful.
Thanks, Buddy, for that introduction. Before I even start talking about me, I have to take this time out to affirm my team members. Nestor, that was one of the best explanations of what humility is that I've ever heard. What you said about it comes from love, and it's all about your heart. That was beautiful. And the entire, what you just said, all of it in its entirety just really spoke to me, so thank you. And Elijah, you're crazy, man. You're crazy, but you're going to fit in with this team perfectly. And welcome to the group. I look forward to having you around, and I see what a great leader you are and what a great leader you're going to be already. So, okay, that I had to get that out. I feel that I just had to say that. As Terry already said, yes, my name is Katrina, and I have overcome some obstacles in the last, not really few years, I would say about 9 years, but for you guys who don't know, I have been diagnosed with MS, which is not a big deal to me because I'm one of those people who believe MS is curable, and I've always believed that, and I always have felt that, I always knew I was going to overcome this. That's one obstacle. I went to college, you know, battling this disease, and actually I slapped it in the face. So that's what I always say to people. I'm slapping MS in the face because I am. Another obstacle that I've overcome, and it's not really fair to call this an obstacle because it's really led me to where I am today. I'm a network marketer. I come from a traditional network marketing background. I was introduced to it 5 years ago, and actually, Terrence and I were in the same company. So I was introduced to this, and from the moment I got into this industry, I loved it. I loved everything about it. I saw a world that I wanted, that I always knew was possible. I just didn't have a name for it, and everything I experienced in these last 5 years, they have been for the sake of growth and things like that. So I'm in this network marketing company, and I'm meeting all kinds of people. I'm doing all kinds of things. I'm being stretched in ways that I haven't been stretched before. There was one problem I had with it. See, and I didn't know this because I was new to network marketing, but I really didn't have the training I needed to further my business, to sustain my business. Training like we have in the Empower Network in Team Blitz. So when you click that link, you're going to get access to all that training. As Nestor Nadome said, he said 8 videos, but actually it's 13 videos that you get when you click that link and you join us on this online marketing platform. So I didn't have the training that I needed. And despite the fact that I had passion for my business, that I had passion for the people, actually I was kind of in love with my business. And even if you say the right words to me, I'm still in love with that business. Maybe not in love so much anymore, but if you say the right words to me, you'll see how much passion I still have for that business. But training is a big thing. So I didn't have that training, and that is where my idea came from. See, in the beginning, before I started talking, I had to take time to affirm my team members, because my team members, well, they're wonderful, but really ideas don't just come from your head alone. The majority of them may, or a lot of them may, but ideas really come from your team also. And so Terry introduced me to this blogging platform, this internet marketing platform. And I kept telling him no, because I was in my other company, and like I said, I was in love with it. But most of all, I just wasn't ready. So I kept telling him no and brushing him off and things like that. And so I finally got in. And so ideas. I'm in this team now, and I've been in the Empower Network in a long time. But see, my problem was I was not serious. I got in, and then I got out, and then I got in again, and then I got out for 8 months. And finally, in June of 2014, I came back, and I came back, well, kind of with a vengeance. I came back and I got in immediately. I got all in immediately. I got all the products. But even still, sometimes I would listen to them, sometimes I wouldn't, and that was a big problem. When you get these products, when you fill out that form and you connect with us and join our team, somebody, I think it was Terrence, mentioned the inner circle. For goodness sake, listen to the inner circle, because those are people, everybody that's in the inner circle, they come from all kind of different backgrounds. They come from experience, no experience, little experience. They're like, some of the stuff they say is like on guru level. Listen to that, and not only will you get ideas, but you'll see what's possible. So I will listen to the product sometimes, and sometimes I wouldn't. And I just wasn't serious. But see, I had to thank my team members. I had to affirm my team members, because I look at my team members, and what really lit a fire under me was I would see my team members who came after me excelling ahead of me. And I don't have a problem with my team members succeeding or anything like that. I want my team members to succeed, obviously. That's what any good leader does. I want them to succeed, but that was a reflection on me. I'm like, well, what am I doing? I'm doing a whole lot of things wrong, obviously, if I'm not producing results. So finally, about 2 months ago, I got serious. I went to an event, and that was pivotal in getting me off, to get me to stop sitting on my hands and to get me moving. And so, and now what I do is kind of like what Nestor said. I give value to other people. That's really what I want to do. Because remember when I told you I started off in network marketing? I'm still in network marketing. I'm still a network marketer, because that's what this platform is. I quit my old business, but I did not have the training that I needed, even though I had passion and I had a love for the products and the company. And that's actually something that will send me crazy, was the fact that I had all this passion for everything, helping people, and I wasn't succeeding. And so that's something that sent me crazy. But I mean, how can you succeed when you don't have the right tools in place? And so now I have the right tools in place, and now it is my obligation. I feel some degree of obligation to give value to other network marketers, not only other network marketers, but other entrepreneurs. If you look at my YouTube channel, Katrina Russell, that's what I'm under. If you look at my YouTube channel and you go through all my videos, what you'll see is that I give value to entrepreneurs, just like Nestor does, just like Terry does, and Elijah does. And Elijah do. That's what I want to do, give value to people. And so I told you my team, they were doing all kind of things that I'm like, why haven't I thought about that? And one lady on my team, Danielle, she's amazing. She's absolutely, I mean, she's great. And so I noticed that she had a conference call, and she's like a newbie. She was a newbie when she got this conference call, and I'm like, what am I doing? I've been in this for too long not to have that. Why don't I have a conference call? And so I got a free conference call that I host every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And what I do on those calls is I just give value to people. Like what else am I supposed to do? My first call, I inspire, and then after that, I just give value to people because that's what I want to do. Um, like yesterday, I went through 7 business building secrets or whatever, and these secrets are all things that I learned in the products in this blogging platform, the Empower Network blogging platform, which is something else that you'll have access to when you fill out the form and get started with us. So, I was listening to an audio, which is the importance of listening to audios. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to try to wrap it up because I don't want to ramble for too long. So I was listening to this audio one day, and like the audio was about building culture or something like that on a team. You know how to keep your team together. But at the last 12 minutes of this video, the guy who was speaking did something. I was like, oh my goodness, I've got to write this down and I've got to give it to other people. He started talking about you have to have a plan, and he broke down the 7 subcategories that you need to have in this plan. And I wasn't going to do this, but since, I just told you guys I give value to entrepreneurs and network marketers, I'm gonna give you those 7 business building secrets. Is that okay, Terrence? Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. I have to get my paper.
Hey guys, those 7 building secrets. I heard yesterday on the call. It's definitely worth the time and value. So definitely have your pen and pad ready.
Can you guys hear me?
I can't see you now. Now we can see you.
Okay, buddy. So, all right. So I was listening to this audio, and I was like, all right, I got to give this to people because this is some good stuff. Okay, the first thing he said to do is obviously you have to have a plan. But in your plan, these are the 7 subcategories that will potentially, that you should have to make your plan succeed. So, okay, the first thing is your resources. You have to identify what resources do you have and what resources don't you have. For me, this blogging platform is a resource. Actually, for anybody who signs up, who clicks that green button and gets started with us, the blog is a resource because it allows you to rank on Google, like first page, first, second, third spot, which I've ranked many of my blogs. And so when people see those blogs, they're attracted to you, attracted to whatever you're offering. So you have to look at your resources. What do you have? What don't you have? And in looking at the resources that you don't have, you will automatically begin to get ideas about how can you get these resources? What can I do to get them? Okay, that's the first one. And then your front end product, and that's just basically what initially are you selling to get people in the door. Like for us, it's a $25 blogging platform, and that's our front end product, and you want it to be something that's inexpensive. This, like the link that's right below this video, that big green button, you're going to be paying $25 for all of this value. That's a front end product, and that's something that you want to have, and you want to keep it inexpensive. And the third thing is you have to have a marketing plan. What is your marketing plan? How are you going to get out to people? How are you going to get the word out about what you have? Are you going to do free marketing? Are you going to do paid marketing? Are you going to pay someone else to do your marketing? Are you going to do solo ads? Do you have a lead capture page? And if you don't know what all those things are, a solo ad and a lead capture page, that's all the more reason to click that button, because all those things are taught to you in this blogging platform. So go ahead, click that button. What's your marketing plan? and it has to be scalable. You have to be able to go back and look at it and say, okay, I did steps A, B, and C. This is what I did. These are my results. Look at that. Now I can do this and produce more results, or I can do that and produce other results. And also, it also has to be duplicatable for your team. And these are the same point. It has to be duplicatable. It has to be sexy. I mean, for goodness sake, you have got to be attractive, because if you are the only one on your team making an income, then your team's gonna drop off. They just are, because everybody wants to make money. So if you're in a business and you're not earning an income, you find someone else in your business earning income, is your team members are just going to fall off. Okay, so it has to be scalable and duplicatable in a sexy way. A viral mechanic. Now, this is the one that could really jack you up if you don't listen to it. A viral mechanic, all that means is that you have something that you're selling, and that you have a system in place that you're selling, and that's earning you an income. Now you have to make that accessible to your team so that they can earn an income. It's a system that you put in place. You have to be creative about it to figure out, okay, what is it that I'm selling that's causing me to earn an income? How can I make others earn an income from it? For example, this blogging platform. It's something that, like, for example, I have a blog or whatever. I have all these great products. It's a system that's in place that I can teach others to buy this blogging platform, buy these products, and you can sell them. And that way you'll earn an income. So I hope that's a bit more clear. Get a viral mechanic. All the viral mechanic is a system that's in place that's causing you to earn income. And you're making it accessible to other people so that they can earn an income from it. Okay, hope that was clear. You gotta regard your people. What people do you have on your team? What people do you have surrounding you? What people don't you have? And just like your resources, when you start thinking about the people that you don't have, you will automatically begin to think, how can I get these people? If I don't have them and I need them, what do I have to do to get these people? And you want a variety of people on your team. You don't want the same people. If you look at these panelists, we're all different. We are quite different. And I'm just gonna say some things to you, and like I'm not trying to be offensive when I say this at all. So if I am, you guys just tell me. We got a stay-at-home dad. We got someone who's been an entrepreneur for a very long time. We got a high school dropout, and we got me, a college graduate. We all have the same goal in mind, but we are all very different people. We're all very different people, but we have the same goal in mind. And so that's what makes a team, a variety of people. And finally, your outcome. This is the one that I feel should be first, because when you have an outcome in mind, that's kind of going to direct your path. So you have to have an outcome. You have to know what you want, and you have to get really, really specific about it. Like right now, I'm sitting in my room. I'm sitting on a carpet. If I wanted to make, let's just say, $10,000 a month, my outcome, when I think about my outcome, I would say, okay, I'm sitting here in my room on a great carpet. My fingers feel cold. I can see light around me, and I'm looking in my back office, and I see that I have earned $10,000. I hear my niece crying. I have a newborn niece in the house. I hear my niece crying. The socks on my feet are very warm, and I'm sitting here, and I'm thinking to myself, I just made $10,000. I can't believe how easy that was. That's an example of your outcome. And you see how specific I got? I talked about what I was hearing and feeling and seeing. I talked about my outcome and what I was thinking. That's how it has to be. And you have to write it down somewhere where you can look at it every single day so that you won't forget it. So these are the 7 steps: your resources, your front end, your marketing plan. It has to be scalable. You need a viral mechanic. Consider your people and always have your outcome in mind. Okay, I have gone on for a long time, so I hope that gave you guys value. And Terry, I'm going to pass it back over to you.
Hey, woo! I tell you, I took down my notes again because I took them down yesterday also. I will say, guys, those 7 business building steps are definitely, you know, the biomechanics is definitely where I truly admire the most. And of course, resources. But you guys watching this, you guys just got that for free. Click the link below, get started, because I'm going to tell you guys something. People actually charge you $20, $47, and Katrina just gave it to me. She could have actually put an add to cart button and learn, you know, find out what the 7 business building secrets are. $47, you know, $47, $7, $77. I mean, guys, that was some powerful value right there that you just got, and I truly admire that, Katrina. I am truly appreciated for you even sharing that with the public and the team. So you guys definitely got some pure value today. I hope you guys love this hangout. I hope you guys already filled out the secured form and let me get that autograph. Okay. If you guys have any questions, please put them down in the chat below, and we would answer to any of the questions you do ask. But with that being said, I mean, if you guys have any final thoughts, because we're about to wrap this up, and with me, you know, I just want you guys to definitely start believing in yourself and start really taking the action that you deserve to take, because, you know, just not doing nothing is an action in itself, and it's a dead action. You know, I mean, the summer is coming now. You know, this is like the perfect time for you guys to really step it up and start feeling alive. You know, like the winter, the dead season is dead. It's gone. You know, I mean, for you guys, you know, we go through the 4 seasons here, so you know, we know that nothing grows in the winter. There's no flowers, no trees blossoming, no leaves. You know, we all know how it works. It's the dead season. The spring is here. The flowers are blooming. It's time for you to start blooming. Summer is coming. It's time for you to start shining. So with that being said, I want to, you know, pass the mic to whoever wants to go and leave some final thoughts before we wrap this up.
Yeah, and let me just say something really quick. I just we're having an awesome time right here in the hangout on Twitter, and you know, 4 people already, you know, favorited the hangout tweet right now. So you know, this stuff works, guys, and you know, we can teach you how to do all this stuff. You know, how to start getting followers and start getting success in your business, man. You know, so it's pretty cool stuff, pretty fun too. That's all, Terrence.
Awesome, awesome. You know, it's funny because on my account, we got favorited also. You know, you could I don't know if you guys can see that. It's maybe a little too dark, I mean too light, but yeah, we just got favorited by an entrepreneur, speaker, professor, loves biking. You know, and he could be watching this hangout right now. And if he is, hey, you know, we appreciate you, Mike Leisure, if you're watching right now. But if you definitely want to get to really know us, click the link below, get started now, and we'll definitely reach out to you, my friend. But with that being said, Elijah, any final words?
Excited, and I'm going to be building and starting a community over here in ATL, and just get the energy down here going. So I'll be reaching out to you guys, and look forward to hopefully seeing you guys in Tennessee. So that's really it right now. But I'm excited and ready to be a leader and ready to get a big check with UNT. So let's go.
Oh,
Take
yes,
that. Take that.
Yes, my brother, yes, indeed. We will be getting those big checks, guys, because we've been working at this for quite a while and we've been at it. So, when you continue taking the action, we all know what the answer is. The rewards start coming. That's the outcome, guys. It's like what Katrina was saying. I mean, she said it in the 7 business building secrets and, the steps. And, the last one is the outcome, but in all honesty, it should be the first, like she said. But there's a reason why it's last, because you really need to get it. And you really need to get started today. Click the link below and get started today. Okay, guys? Katrina, any final words before we wrap this up? No final words from Katrina. She's all wrapped up, guys. So with that being said, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining us again on the Team Blitz Saturday Morning Blitz. We do this every Saturday at 11 a.m. Please bookmark this into your calendars. Mark it every Saturday, 11 a.m. We are here for you guys, ready to help you get started, ready to help you shine, ready to help you reach the goals that you put in place, ready to help you reach that vision that you already set in your mindset, guys. So with that being said, my name is Terrence Freeman, founder of Team Blitz, and looking forward to locking arms with you and looking forward to seeing you in our Facebook closed group, Team Blitz, and I hope to see you guys there. I know a few people will be there this week because after this hangout, I'm going to tell you guys something. This free valuable, the hangouts just get better and better. Why? Because we truly put in the time for this. And I'm going to tell you guys something. You really got to take action with us if you really want to see results. Okay? I mean, I had the $3,000 days, $1,000 days, $4,000 weeks. It's a great feeling. And, income disclaimer, results, not being typical. I'm not guaranteeing you guys will make that money. But again, is it possible? Yes, indeed. Can you do it? I believe you can do it. Do you believe you can do it? That's the true question. That's the true income disclaimer, my friends. So with that being said, guys, I'm about to wrap this up. And I'll see you guys next Saturday. I hope you guys have a great weekend, guys. Be blessed. One love. Peace.